So guys, what I was trying to say here is, and now we are live. Hope you guys are able to see the screen as well. And I'm not sure if you guys are able to see it, or you should be able to see it. Yes. So, what I was trying to say is, this move that we are watching is most likely the move is done. I'm eyeing for a small push up and move down like this to 16,069, and hold these levels, and then look for something like this. So a sweep of this. So practically what I'm eyeing is a very recent price action and a channel over here. So that's what I'm looking for on this Bitcoin, guys, and this is what I'm eyeing. The invalidation level is 15,800 for now, and for ETH, this is the only problem that I have with ETH actually. Now the ETH bottom might be in as well. It might not even go to 786 Fibonacci levels, as total looks too deep retracement. So ETH can even probably look for a bottom somewhere around $1,200 or 1204. 1204, something like this, or the lower some time frame, and can look for push up like this, practically towards 1400 and 1440 levels, because you have an OB there. And deviation, reject, shorts, we are going to short it once it rejects and dump like this, and let it go down to my target of $1,000. Not exactly that, towards 700 for now, no, because I do think that this move that we are watching right now is A, B, C, B. B can even go to November opens, retest for 1576, possibility is there, very high, and or maybe we're going to reject October equilibrium, because that's a very interesting level. So this move, what I'm watching is A, B, C, B, and then 5FC down towards $1,000, 886 Fibonacci levels, and it's a big levels, I have to say. So this is what I prima facie I have for ETH on the higher term time frame and the lower term time frame as well. Because if you look at the higher term time frame, the structure that we have been talking about is A, B, and C clearly. I shorted this, if you remember, 886 Fibonacci levels, and at that point of time I told you that at some point the 0.14 fib levels is going to be tested. That's where a giga long candle would be at 1057.7. I missed my long because I gave literally long at 1060, and it came close to those levels, like missed by $10 and pumped like 27%, and I had to cancel my orders in Welsh Wealth Group. But that 27% pump literally happened. That is what I was eyeing, as honestly 27% is a very good pump actually on Ethereum. And I do think after that we can see something like this to 1000, maybe one sweep of these levels is what, because this looks to me like A, B, and then probably see something like this. So that's how the plan for WXY goes, and then afterwards a reversal with maybe a 5 A's or something. But this looks very realistic to me, of 2500 targets for ETH. Would be amazing. I think I'm gonna long ETH. The invalidation is very, very tight. The invalidation is 879, because if you do try to invalidate this scenario, which I don't feel it would, then it will just fall towards 532 and maybe can go to $200 as well. Trust me, and I'm not kidding with $200 target. Okay, just lose the levels of 879. We're going to first 676, then 532. I've bounced from there, and then going to $200 for ETH. I think that would be very bad for overall market, because as you guys know now, it's very transparent that CZ is now holding 8 million Ethereum. So yeah, and also what I would like to say is, on the weekend I was just enjoying, but what I found, a lot of other exchanges are getting wrecked. I mean, what happened to Gate.io and what happened to Crypto.com? The price fell drastically of Crypto.com. I don't know what happened, but just looking to some Twitter, and what I was saying is there is a rumor that they are in a very similar position like FTX. I don't know actually. I have to read much about it, and I have to have a proof that it is really and indeed. Let's see. I mean, I don't know, but guys, if you're trading on those exchanges and if you're having funds, do move your funds to either Bybit or Binance. And if you do happen to move to Bybit, do use my referral link, create an account, and trade there. Thank you. That's where you can support my work as well. Now let's talk about the Bitcoin chart, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I am having for Bitcoin. Let me a retest of 16,669, 16069. And you can front run by $5 or $10 plus minus, maybe even $50 you can front run. But I think overall we are eyeing towards 18,831, guys. Trust me. This is what I think the price of the Bitcoin should go. Now in the worst case scenario, we can go for irregular expanded flat, as I mentioned. We can sweep this, we sweep the lows, go towards $14,700, reclaim it back over here, and pump it up like this in the 5 waves. Take the liquidity, go to July lows, and then for further down. So that's like A, B, C, and then further down to 12,900 or so. So that's what the bearish count I have right now. The most bullish count, because BTC is clearly having a bearish count. It don't have on the hard-term time frame. Even if you look at this chart, I don't see any bullish count so far at this moment. I don't have any bullish count. But what I do have is a very important PO3, as I already mentioned, and I have talked about it. This PO3 is very crucial, that this is your support and a big support that is broken. And now we are going to probably go for a big deviation, liquidate everyone. So let's say even if we do have to dump to 12,930, maybe 13K levels, and a wick to 11,800 is absolutely a possibility is there. So even if we do such kind of a thing, let's assume that we don't do, but let's say if we do happen to do that, we're just going to do something like this. It's just going to accumulate there for like few months, this box, and after once it reclaims these levels of 18,800, and then it's just going to start pumping back up to take all the liquidity. So that's going to be a big PO3 that I have on my chart, and it's a very likely PO3 that I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, I mean, this is what I'm seeing, that this is the final wave 5 that for this whole bear market thing, as what I'm saying. People are most likely looking for $14,000 levels to long, but what might literally happen is we can, because these are the blue lines, what you're watching is the big levels these are the bounce levels, so practically this is the bounce levels, this is the bounce levels, and even this was the 15,540. If you remember my live stream I did on Thursday, I mentioned that Bitcoin, big levels are 15,540. For sure it's gonna bounce, 110% is gonna bounce. And look at what happened. It just bounced. It bounced 16.5% from that levels, 16.5%, and we rejected at September lows plus Q3 lows. Big levels. I did mention that 18,100 is going to be the tough levels to crack, and then later 18,500 level is gonna come, and that's what I do think right now as well, that I am expecting 18,800 and probably even 19,185. Sorry, for BTC, it can just do something like this, and then probably look for a bear flag kind of a scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, maybe something like this, and we go to the levels of 11,800 and crash everyone, and then boom. Or if he just wants to bottom here and we start flipping this level as a support, we just hold it on the daily, weekly, and everything. Amazing. But right now the weekly, what we closed, worst weekly I have seen in my life on the Bitcoin. I mean, honestly, the worst weekly. Honestly, it's not good at all. We closed that weekly candle, we closed this weekly candle literally around 16,200, as I would say, or maybe like 16,330.5. Worst weekly. We closed literally under the big levels of June lows, which I never imagined. So the weekly is very bad, honestly, if you ask me. And now let's talk about the USD dominance. As I mentioned, we got a deviation, and then we got a bounce from this level of support that we have here. Right now we are at a major level of support, ladies and gentlemen. So what I think over here is we need to break this support in order to just get our bounce. If we don't break this support, then I think what the price action would be for USD dominance, that it is just going to have one more push up like this and sweep the local highs. And that in that scenario, in that case, that we're not gonna get our longs, but instead the whole market goes for a toss, because as I mentioned, if Bitcoin start losing the levels of 15,800 again, If we do happen to lose that levels, then we're going to sweep the lows, and we're probably going to go to 14,365. So if USD dominance, as I mentioned, USD dominance start breaking above 8.72%, if we do happen to break above 8.72%, like this, as I mentioned, 8.72%, then Bitcoin is going to start breaking down towards under 15,800, towards 14,365, and after that you can expect some sort of a nice move on the downside for USD dominance. But I don't think why USD dominance would push that, because the move that I'm seeing here is most likely 5 waves. I'm considering this move is A, this is B, and this is a big irregular big 5 waves for the wave C. So now let's say even if that move that we are watching is going to be A, B, and C for the B wave up here, and then C, something like this would be great in my opinion. So honestly, the USD dominance chart is not in sync with my USD dominance chart is not in sync with total Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the say is either let's play levels. Actually, you lose one levels and you play another. So that's how you want to play. Honestly, it's very tricky at this moment. So the USD 72 pump it above 892 and then further move down towards $650 billion. That should be that should be our generational bottom for Bitcoin and overall crypto market. You just have to play the levels. It can do something like this and just go above like this. So that's how they use it. Then that would not be ABC, but that would be 1 2 1 2 3 4 and 5. So that's gonna be like a big pump towards 1618. We can't go above 1618 because it's a final wave 5. Final wave 5 is not that big extended wave 5 like we had a wave 3. So practical, this is going to be not going more than 1618, max to 1886. Okay, so yeah. Now let's talk about the so basically either the USD dominance chart is not correct, is not showing a correct picture the way we want it, or we are having the bearish biasness. Now there is a very likelihood that we might have a bearish biasness, honestly, because we have lost the levels. Our mind is such that, oh my god, Bitcoin is dead, it has lost all the levels, now it has to go down. So there is a bearish biasness in my mind, honestly, if I have to speak. So my judgment might compromise a little bit. So what we have to do is just we have to play the levels, and I would be very frank and honest with you, okay? Because as a trader, it happens when you're seeing a lot of FUD around you, when you're seeing a lot of even on the weekly we have closed under 18,800 big levels, and we have lost the most important levels on the weekly as well. The range have broken down. We still having a lot of to recover. It's like the market looks like a dead, and hence you have a bearish biasness. Also, the Bitcoin production cost is like $20,400, $20,000 or $21,000, and Bitcoin is at $16,000, which means that every Bitcoin getting mined, the miners are paying the money to mine the Bitcoin. Okay, they are paying the money. The retail miners are capitulated completely, as you saw a few days back as well. Many miners were selling their equipment, and there is no equipment on the planet Earth that can reduce the production cost of Bitcoin under $15,000. There is no equipment. They can lower down max to $19,000 levels. That's it. Apart from that, there is no possibility that probably they can reduce the production cost. No, which also means that the miners right now are capitulating, and now only the big miners who are having a big rigs, only they would be able to survive. Like a big company or corporates, they made a lot of money, and now they are having that money. Only they will be able to survive this bear market. And God knows if every big miner start capitulating, I don't know how this I don't know how it's gonna work going forward. But honestly, it's honestly a big worry for me as well. The more the price of Bitcoin stays under $20,000 levels, It's definitely bad for the miners. They literally going to pay for every Bitcoin they're going to mine. So that don't make sense for anybody to mine Bitcoin till the price is in the $20,000 levels. You know, and hence what I feel is miners are capitulated. Sorry, the retail miners have capitulated from the industry. They are gone. It's now like the big fish are there, and many big fish have already started capitulating as well. So let's see how far it goes actually, guys. So be prepared for everything. The worst case is we go to fill the CME gap to at 9,900. That's the worst case, and I don't know what happened next. But and the best case is this all thing is illusion, and it's just to trap everyone. We go one more move down towards a sweep like $14,300, and we bounce from there, final bottom, and literally reverses and go towards $27,000 levels. So practically this is how the two scenarios looks right now, or forming right now. Now let's talk about total 2, guys. Total 2, my plan is fairly same. I think I've discussed this because it don't make sense. This move is A, B, and C. No, this is not A, B, and C. 3 waves, another 3 waves, and a flat 5 waves. So what I think is the move what we are watching right now is it's wave 1, 2, 3, and we're going to most likely pump it back up towards the retest of $547 billion. If you do happen to get that move, then I would be very much confident with this play of bullish wolf waves with a deviation under to $395 billion for total 2, and after that a big pump towards the levels of $695 and $700 billion, taking out this liquidity. That's gonna be A, B, and C, something like this. Gonna be very, very interesting for the overall crypto market. So let's see what we get, ladies and gentlemen. Total short term, I'm expecting a small down and then up for total for total 2. Total 3, guys, it is not done. Why? Because we have yet not tested the range support. I need the $299 billion to be tested. But if we do happen to get this test on total, so one more move down like this, a test to 290 billion, 295, hold it, and then bounce and retest the 2017 all-time highs. That should now be acting as a strong resistance. You see, this was our support and price was bouncing. We broke down, and this is now going to be acting as a resistance, and further price is going to break down to the macro support at $185 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, alts are going to get wrecked, trust me. So we have not yet seen capitulation. The alts capitulation is coming, and that is going to be the macro bottom for the alts practically, and can even go to $136 billion. Of course, anything can happen, as I mentioned, but that is going to be the big short in my opinion. I'm going to short this shit out of it. Even if I want to get stopped out, I don't care. But this is a very interesting opportunity that alts are going to bleed 48 to 50% minimum, and can bleed 60% from the 2017 all-time highs. So 2017 all-time highs to 2021 open can be a big level of short. It's like a 60% move down. We make a lot of money, get out and start longing things. That's how thing might literally turns out to be. Link, guys, our link short was perfect, played out the way we wanted it to play. $5.5 was very close to it was tested. It went to 5.7, but anyways, I think we're gonna have one more move down. So that's how I see the link can have one more move down. However, along with the ETH play, we can say that if link holds the levels of 5.8, it can go literally start going for 7.3, or it can go for 6.8, like forming a bullish wolf waves, and then further move down like this for the 5th wave. So for now, I think link, you don't want to short it. We are at big levels. Similarly, Matic, what did I mention, guys? This was my short, and damn, I mean, my plan is still same for Matic. Most likely what I would like to short Matic again, if it gives me an opportunity, short around 1.17 or 1.18, if you do happen to give me that opportunity, I'm definitely going to short it. Or even if it gives me 1.06 levels, I would think to short it. I would think, because it's a big levels actually, ladies and gentlemen. CRV. Now let's talk about the curve. So curve is now coming to a macro support again. Well, if you happen to look at this like this, it's a macro support, and this is like is yet to sweep the lows. So most likely what I'm seeing is we're going to sweep the lows, but before that we're going to get our bounce. So a small bounce. I mean, we already got a bounce, so most likely we might just do something like this one more time, and then we can have a big bounce from this level. So this looks amazing to me for now on the curve. So one more down towards the level of 40 cents makes more sense for curve. Near, guys, lost the levels of 2.06. Now the target is 2414. Now it's a bearish, so whatever the bounce you get it, you short it. You're gonna make a lot of money with this just by shorting it. 2414 and 3. So practically your target is 1.5 for near. And where is 2414? I don't know where it is, but let me just put it. 2414. So yeah, 1.67 is your target. It's a near-term target. You can expect a big recovery from these levels, and a recovery would be most likely towards $2.06, which means that a bounce from these levels can make you a nice, interesting money. Hold on, where is the measurement? Yeah, like a bounce of 23-24%, and can even go to 1618. So practically 25 to 35% move is expected from sorry, what happened? From $1.677 levels. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting for near. Tesla, I'm still having big puts on Tesla over here around 235, and I booked some profits a few days back, like on Friday when it was just sweeping the lows around 181. Like I've just booked 35% profits. And I still think that what Tesla would do is accumulate here and then further break down, go to 133, and that would be a big capitulation. Just remember, I don't know how many of you guys track it. Elon Musk net worth, majority of the net worth is in Tesla shares, correct? He owns 25% of Tesla. Out of 25%, 60 to 65% of his Tesla shares is being used as collateral to borrow lot, because he has a loan to repay, versus his asset would be more or less similar to the loans he have undertook, and practically you don't have about it. But still we are at the $1 levels. It's a big support, as you can see, bouncing from that levels. And yeah, I mean, this kind of a move that we are watching on is a possibility. So in a near term, it can give you a very interesting a very interesting pump till we are holding the $1 mark. FTT can give you a nice pump towards $8 to $9, and from there again come back down, something like this, because this move is wave 1, 2, a big wave 3 here, a 4, and then further wave down towards 0.5 to $0.4 levels. I'm just going to do something like this. So practically a move even from $1 close to $1 can give you a pump of 660%. But FTT has been delisted from Binance and Bybit, so it's useless to talk about it. Let's go to the Solana. The Solana price action, I think I have been very fair, I've been very vocal about it, that we're going to bounce from certain levels, and my plan has perfectly played out for Solana. And if you remember this move around $8, sorry, $9.6, this trend line that we had here, and I discussed over the live as well. Literally it pumped from here to almost like 85%, 93%. I think what Solana is doing is most likely, A, B, C, and this is like, if we can hold the levels, the OB that we have here around 13 point, $13 levels, 12.9 to $13. If Solana can hold these levels, we can look for another upside, ladies and gentlemen. So this can be very interesting. There is some soul unlocking that was supposed to happen. I don't know what is the status of that. If it has happened, if it has not happened, but this is the OB that I see clearly on the H4, H1. So if the price goes to the levels of 12.9, maybe even 12.6 to 12.9, hold the levels, we can look for a push up like this, because then it would mean that this is, A, B, C, A, and it's like this move is A, a small B, and then C, and then it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we go to the next closest OB that we have here, which is here, for shorting purpose. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what, but losing this green box would be very bad, because if we lose this, we then will be most likely going towards the $10, $10.3 again. And if we just talk from the FIPS perspective for Solana, guys, just let's draw from the FIPS perspective. Let's draw a liquidity pool that we have, and 786. So 12.3 is our liquidity pool. If you see here, we already tested the 12.3 with this candle on the downside. So that liquidity pool has been tested, and the reaction was amazing from those levels. Practically it just pumped up like 24%, and now we are going to retrace. So what retracement levels are we talking about for Solana is 12.7 to $13. So practically, yeah, 12.7 to $13 from the FIPS perspective, and you also have H4 OB there, so makes it more interesting for Sol. So it can do something like this: hold there, and look for a pump up. So take the liquidity, and first level would be the 19.4. You flip this, and the next level is 24. So that's how I see. I think 12.7 to $13 is where you should long, with your stops under 12.291. Very tight stop loss, you should have it, and let it go, because if you lose these levels again, it's gonna go straight to the levels of 10.602, which means that from here it can further then dump to 15%. So because the volatility is high on the Solana, guys. BNB, my plan was so perfect on the short, and it wigged we booked the profits at around 311, and then this week came after the CZ announcement. But now my target is to sweep this, to take this liquidity. So our small push up, a retest of 306, and then further dump down towards $239 makes me see clearly this was your C wave. That's what I think. But the only problem I see is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this was the fifth wave, like a blow off top. So that was like a blow off top. So the ABC is done. I was expecting ABC to be in a different fashion, like A, B, C, B, and then up like this. But it just finished this whole structure. The CZ announcement finished it. So now BNB is very bearish. I'm expecting BNB to dump like to $185 at some point of time. I mean, that's what I expect actually. Litecoin, guys, the generational buying opportunity for Litecoin is under $20, and my plan was perfectly played out. The short was here, the dump was here, and the long for the scalp was here. I mentioned this live as well. Well, I'm done with it, and yeah, BNB, I think BNB is going to have a bounce towards 306, 308, and then dump towards 185. I think 185 looks very, very clean to me. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I have. I'm going to give some scalps for longs and shorts, so be ready on the Discord. And if you would like to support my work, do trade on Bybit, guys. The link is mentioned in my Twitter profile as well as in this YouTube channel. And thank you so much for joining, and do not forget to manifest. Even if you have not manifested it, you have not write down your desire, your, write it down, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice night. I'll be available in Discord, guys, to answer all your questions. And I'm going to go on Discord live after this, and we're going to discuss something else. Thanks a lot. Have a nice night. Bye bye.